Is this live? I think this is good to go. Let me switch this over here. I feel like I should get smarter about doing that before I start the live. I don't know why I always wait until the final minute to do that, but I love to do that. And then my snowbird is just trying to be annoying, so we'll see if he can stay quiet long enough for us to hang out and talk about these credit cards. So the goal here is I just want to talk about kind of like what's a good expectation. How about like where? What else should we be thinking about? So cashback, perks, travel, grocery store, gas subscriptions. And then I think the end goal would be how do we say, like, how do we rate? How do we rate the best? The best of the best. So maybe we'll squeeze this up a little bit, and then we'll do like a ranking system and see where that goes. So, Snowball. I love how my bird just loves to scream. Oh my gosh. I might have to bring him in and join us. It's probably the only option. Come on. There you go. Okay, sorry about that. I brought the goofball with, so he's going to sit here and join us, and hopefully he doesn't get too noisy with the mic. But yeah, anyways, let's talk credit cards. So, I have spent so much time in trying to get what I would call the best credit cards, the best lineup, if you will. And I have this down to kind of what I would say a science. And so I want to talk through how I got there, share that with y'all. And then this week is all about credit cards, how to maximize credit cards. Hello, Mr. Fadi. How's it going? Thanks for engaging in the live. Appreciate you. So we're going to start off with what's a good cashback rewards. And so if you're trying to maximize your best cashback, and that's the only thing you care about, let's say, what is a normal good percent on a cashback? And to my knowledge, unless there's something else, you've got a couple like the Wells Fargo, and I should lower the size of this text here. Well, we'll come back to this. Maybe if I just do this. There we go. Wells Fargo, 2%. You have the Citi card. That's 2%. And then, to my knowledge, and these are free credit cards, by the way. Like you don't pay for these, like, to have them. And then if I do remember, because it's the Citi double cash card back, and then where like everyone else kind of aligns or fits in at the end is going to be, let's say, your Chase Freedom, like 1.5%. Whoops. And there's numerous, like Capital One's at 1.5%. I forget what it's called. Is it the Quicksilver, something like that? That one's at 1.5%. So if I were to step back and go, all right, which of these would I pick? You kind of you don't. It's not like you're losing a ton whether you pick one or another. So like if you were to like ask yourself, well, what's the difference? Well, if we were to spend for every $10,000 you spend, type of thing, and I times it by 2%. Why is that not? Oh shoot! There we go. I was like, that's not right. So you're looking at $200 on 10,000. So depending on how much you spend on your budget wise or what you could actually apply to this, because the majority of people's budget, like thinking your mortgage and so forth, those things, you can't ever apply those against your credit card. And if you do, they'll normally add a fee. So there's just no benefit in using your credit card on your rent. I mean, there is a couple reasons why I could think there'd be a benefit, but just not. So when I say, you're talking probably somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000 in other cash, does it make sense to have a bunch of credit cards when you could theoretically just get 2% back? We'll talk about that because we're going to go through the other buckets. But each scenario, maybe I'll kind of put like if you were to spend $10,000 type of thing, does it make sense? So for these, maybe what I need to do is make this bigger. But then I have to zoom this out. And then I could put the dollars, right? And then I could go equals 10,000. Or maybe I'll put this to 10,000. And then I'll go equals this times 0.02. Right? And then we'll lock that puppy. And then we'll take this to 1.5 and this to 1.5. So now I would give you an idea on roughly how much dollars it generates, right? Copilot suggests. How about Copilot leaves me alone? Okay. That still doesn't fit very well, does it? So if I were to go dollars and take it out 2 symbols, it still doesn't fit? Oh. It's because it's not. There. I don't have to have it that big. Okay. So, thinking of. Now, let's talk best for perks. So, this is where stuff kind of starts getting wild. And what's our, if you're talking cash back, let's say goal is 1.5% plus. You want at least 1.5% or better. Now, when it comes to perks, I'm going to say, these are the credit cards that are Best Buy, 5% back. Target, Walmart, 5% back. Amazon, all of those types of purchases, those are the ones that are giving you ginormous return on your dollars. So those perks are I spend a lot of money here. Let's use these type of things. Maybe you do a lot of cruises and you want to get the 2% back on Royal Caribbean. Thinking about those options, then you ask yourself, well, what if I could just get 2% back in cash? Why would I have a Royal Caribbean card? Well, you're answering it straight up. Unless there's an opening benefit, it doesn't make any sense to have a Royal Caribbean credit card. Or anything of that nature if it's not just going to give you straight cash back kind of thing. Because cash is a straight equivalent. Now, where there's certain perks that I would say are a little bit different would be, imagine you have a credit card like American Express Delta. And so I'm going to put that on here. You get 15% discount on the miles that you would spend to get a flight. So all of a sudden now you're like, okay, I could use my what would look like 1-for-1, but then it gives me a discount on the back end. So that's where like there might be opportunity where even if it doesn't give you a perfect 1-for-1 correlation to the cash back rewards, that you would want to consider leveraging it if you're doing something like flying a lot. So perks you have to keep in the back of your mind based on your level of usage on that like type of spend. And it's weird to say this, but whip out a spreadsheet, whip out a notebook, write it down, put your like how much do you actually spend, and then start writing out and category wise like how much you actually are spending on these items and see what it comes out with. Because then you can start thinking about, should I get the Best Buy card? Should I get the Target card? The Walmart card? You know, running through those different items. Should I shop here for groceries versus here for groceries? You know, that kind of stuff. My bird wants to literally find a way to get eaten by my cat. Is that your goal? That's got to be your goal. This has got to be your goal. You're trying to get eaten by Louie. I don't know why you're trying to do that. He's so goofy. Thank you for biting my nose. No. No. What is that? Is that a microphone? Are you going to do ASMR for everyone that's watching? Yeah, you're strange. You're a strange bird. Okay. So, as you're thinking again, so we've talked cashback. It's good to have 1.5% and bigger. These are probably like some of the most commonly used, 1.5% and bigger. And then we started talking perks. So perks were, imagine your Best Buy or your Target cards, your Walmart cards, Amazon, any of those. They're all like 5% cash back. Why did the math book look sad? Because it had too many problems. Nice joke of the day. I love that. So, thank you for Tofnil. Thanks for participating in the live. So, let's jump on to the next thing, travel perks. Travel perks are probably one of the biggest area where you can get yourself in trouble and take advantage of at the same time. And what I mean by that is, so like Delta, Amex, you'll pay $350 a year for that card. And it gives you a benefit of a $200 hotel stay. It gives you the benefit of a companion flight. It gives you $10 back a month on Ubers and Lyft, and $10 back a month on Resi credits. But now if you don't use it properly, you could end up spending $350 to have this card. And then these are the ones that cost money. So Delta, Amex. I'll call it the... Oh, what's the name of that blue one? There's another blue one out there. It's called Amex Blue Cash Preferred. Amex Blue. Let me see here if I can find something on Google quick. Just taking a quick look. I know that I just don't want to talk about. I'm looking at like ones because I just don't. There's certain ones I just don't want to talk on. So this one, for instance, costs $95 a year. This one costs $350. We could do the Chase. We could do the Chase one. I'm gonna check the Chase. Is it Sapphire Preferred? I'm pretty sure. What's that one cost? No, that's not right. There's a bigger one. No, it is the Sapphire Reserved. What the heck? So the Chase Sapphire Reserve, this one costs $795 to have it. And then, who's another good comparable? Does anyone have any big ones that we should talk about? Hey, what should I have once I have good credit? So I'm going to start talking about all the ones that I would recommend. I've got this thing down to pretty much a science at this point, so I'll get to that in a second. I'm trying to think of, like, what's another expensive card that I can use as a comparison? So maybe what I'll end up doing then is I'm going to remove, let's just talk Amex Blue. Or Delta Amex here first. And then we'll do Platinum. Oh my gosh, Bird, stop this nonsense. And then Resi. So the thing is the companion flight typically saves you at least $300. The hotel credits $200. The Uber credits $120, and the Resi credits $120. So when like you sit back and go like, could I actually get any benefits from this card? And you go, well. So what I'm doing here is just showcasing that right now, the Delta Platinum is, as long as you take one flight a year and you use, like, get a hotel, I mean, you're well over what it costs to even have the card. It means that you could buy this credit card and not even use it for anything else other than have the Amex Platinum, use the companion flight. When you're on your companion flight, use the hotel credit to cover your hotel. Uber, you get $10 a month. We all have reasons to use Uber. And Resi credit, who doesn't want a date night to go out? Just book a hotel where the Resi that fits with a restaurant that Resi fits with. And that's all you have to do. And so with these two, what I will say is you've got to go out to the credit card website and actually book it to sign up. That's the only way you can use it, type of thing. So I just want you to be aware of that. Now, I got to put my bird over here for a second, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so let's talk about the next one that I love. So when it comes to the Amex Blue, so this one's my favorite. If I were to say there's one credit card I absolutely love, the first one I use a lot, obviously, is the Amex Delta Platinum. That's just getting free bags when I'm flying, getting status faster on Delta, and the other thing is this also gives 3x hotel miles, 3x Delta miles when you spend money there, 2x on restaurants, and then I think it's like 2x groceries, and then I think it's 1x all other. So basically, if you were to step back and say, I'm spending time at hotels or whatever, right? You get 3x miles, so it can add up very quickly. If you're buying flights, it's 3x miles. Louis wants to be in.
Where?
He's been hanging out here the whole time.
Baby. Hi, little baby.
He's super enjoying this right now.
Get in the picture. Yeah, come here.
He's not going to be able to get in.
No, he will. Come
All right, Louis is trying to jump in here. Come here, Lou. Come on. Come on.
You want it? I know I won't get you. You wait there. I'll
Oh
go get it.
gosh, there's no way you're about to churu me.
You want to squeeze it all over your shoulder?
Oh jeez, this is gonna be interesting.
Stay, Louie, don't come. Stay.
I'm coming. Go down, honey.
Is that a question or a statement? I would say I definitely do. I enjoy what I do. Here's my snow Bengal.
Should we see him?
Yeah, you can see him right there on that.
It's this way. No, come up.
Look at that baby.
Go
Talking
back.
finance, eating all sorts of churros.
Mm.
Here, let's get that ASMR in there. Oh yeah.
Come here.
Come on. Everyone loves ASMR.
Can you hear it?
Yes. Guarantee it.
Okay, come on.
Oh my gosh. Funny. That was funny. Okay. Let me get to you in a sec here, Polly.
Almost some chicken churro.
Please don't. So the Delta MX Platinum, this one, again, it pays for itself 100% times over. And then when it comes to the things that I benefit on is anytime I'm at a hotel, I use it. Anytime I'm flying, I use it. Anytime I go to a restaurant, I use it. Pretty much these last two, I don't use it, and there's a reason for it. So this Amex Blue, so let's talk about that one next. So I'm going to scroll down here and kind of do the same build up here. Let's do cost. Amex Blue. So it's $95 to have it. And the best perk to this is 6% groceries. Wow, I can't spell.
It's hotter in here than it is outside.
Yeah, leave that door open. It'd be nice in here. 6% back on subscriptions. So imagine you have YouTube TV. 6% back. So think about that. Just YouTube TV alone is going to cost you like, what? Is it $90 times 12? And you get 6% back. Just putting your YouTube TV on here damn near pays for the having this card. Groceries, it's up to $6,000 times 6%. Okay? I think we all find a way to spend $6,000 on groceries. That's not 6%. I fat fingered that one. Yeah, every subscription. So I'm talking like I put here, let me find something for you here quick. I'm going to show you something. I got to remember how the hell to log into this. I think it's this one. I'm going to find it for you. I'm going to show you something. Oh, why are you sending me? I love how everything has to have a one-time notification nowadays. Like, I don't want... add this device. Thank you. So I'm gonna showcase this for you guys. Like, of course, it wants me to upgrade. I don't need you to show me to upgrade. Okay, here we go. I don't know if there's anything personal on here or not. I guess we'll find out the hard way. Okay. So I'm looking for the thing that shows. There we go. That's what I need. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. All right. You ready for this? So, no, stop that. So I'm going to go through my like spent dollars here and we'll talk about it. So how do I show this? All right, here we go. So this is the Amex Blue. Now watch this. So Apple, you know how you've got like Apple Music, 6% cash back. Let's say you go to the grocery store, 6% cash back. You go, oh, and then here's the other thing. So all gas is 3% back. All gas. So, and transportation. So let's say you park, you went to an event, 10%, $10, 3% back. Gas, 3% back. Gas, 3% back. There's a 6%. So you're noticing I'm hitting all these at 6 to 3%. Okay? And back when we had YouTube TV, 6%. Apple, 6%. So what subscriptions apply? You almost have to test it out to figure out if it works for you. But we only put transactions on here that are giving us 6 and 3% back, or we don't use it, kind of thing. So it's just one of those things where now I'll show you the other one. So like if I go to my Delta Sky Miles here, this one we pretty much use for everything, but we try to leverage it to the best we can. So for instance here, so this is like what I was just talking about this is the Amex Platinum. And so like Walmart, I get 1 times. I don't really have a better opportunity here. I could get 1.5% cash back, but because there's no other opportunity there, I can't get 6% back because Walmart doesn't qualify for the Amex Blue. Now, cafe, if I'm eating 2x miles, 2x miles, 2x miles. If I go grab some adult fun, this is where I probably should have used my blue card. Fool me, dumb. I missed out on 6% cash back. This was going out two times, right? Then a couple non-2 times. So, and this is where you have to almost test it out. So, my wife got some food at their kind of cafe area, and we now know that that's only 1x miles back. So we might want to start using the 1.5% contribute, thinking of a different credit card to use. And sometimes you just have to test it out to see what you can use where.
What?
Well,
I needed a snack.
this is not just so for instance, I learned that this cafe for at my work, if I charge it at the Noon Cafe place instead of the C store,
What is it?
I get
mine as?
CF.
No, I mean, what's the market called? Market F?
Yeah.
360 Market F?
Yeah. So for on these, now it's okay, let's try the next time you do that. Let's try the blue card and see if we can get 6% back, because they might label it as a grocery store. So when you have these cards, what I'm trying to teach you guys is sometimes there's that $1.60 right there, right on the nose. But if I'm going out, ordering, so something we had learned is when we go out and I do my other stuff that I go live on for my other channel, if we get an adult beverage or just any beverage, I get 3x miles out there because it thinks it's a hotel. It's not it's not a hotel. So to me, that's sitting in my back pocket as oh yeah, that's freebies. Or when I went to the Vikings game, getting the concessions there, I learned it's 2x miles, right? So now when I'm there, I want to get those miles. What do those miles contribute to? They contribute to me being able to book Delta flights later. So I basically stock them up and use them in a future state. So these credit cards are examples of something that I personally have found a really good benefit to them. 3% on gas, 3% on transportation. So if I'm walking through what to use and when, okay, my order of operations is pretty straightforward. If we're going to a grocery store, this one wins. Okay? Amex Blue. If we're going to put any type of subscription on the card, easy. Amex Blue. Gas, transportation, same concept. Outside of one example, if we use an Uber in any month, we will always use the Platinum first for the very first one because we get the Uber credit. So we'll use that. And then when it comes to going out to eat, so not groceries, we'll put everything on the Amex Platinum. So we'll be getting 2x miles on all of that. And those miles, not only are they twice the value, but then when I go and book a Delta flight, I get 15% off the cost of a Delta flight. So it allows you to get really, really cool benefits with that. And let's say you're going to book a fun flight overseas and it costs 50, 60,000 Delta miles. Well, if you get a 15% discount on that size of miles, all of a sudden now like 50,000 miles at a 15% discount is now 42,000. So you could see a substantial savings opportunity there with how your miles maybe are leveraged. But we like to go at least a couple times a year somewhere, and we use our companion flight first, and then the second time we hopefully have enough miles so that we can get the second flight covered because we just leverage credit cards to the best that we know how to. Now, we did remodel all of our appliances, and this is where I want to talk about the next opportunity you got to be thinking about. And then, Polly, I'll open up to some of the things you were asking. So we remodeled all of our appliances. So think about your washer, your dryer, your stove, your fridge, your dishwasher, everything. Well, Best Buy's got a credit card that gives 5% back. Well, then on top of that, the first time you ever open the credit card, they also double it up for 10 days. So we ended up getting an entire remodel of our house, and then we ended up getting like it was like $1,200, $1,300 in Best Buy gift cards to then go get other items. So let's say you spent $8,000, you get your 10% back. That's $800 in gift cards. When you buy nice appliances at the right time, they add gift cards to that. So like our fridge, we got a $500 gift card to it. X, we got another big gift card to it. And we ended up completely upgrading every appliance we have in our house for pennies on the dollar. And then they gave us all this cash back that we were able to buy a new TV. And then we're still trying to figure out a couple different things we want to use it for. But we bought like a new deep freezer. And I mentioned the TV and just little things that jump up. So if you're really smart about it and you plan it right and you're patient, credit cards are not going to make you rich, but they're going to 100% give you opportunity that you're leaving on the table. You're 100% leaving on the table, and you don't have to do anything to get them. It's relatively easy. You know, so like Christmas comes up and you're like, hey, I'm going to spend a lot of money at Target this year. It doesn't hurt to get a Target card, as far as I know. 5% cash back. But you might be like, well, I'm only going to spend $1,000 on gifts and stuff of that nature, and I already get 1.5% cash back. That's fair. You're talking about $15 versus $50. It's a one-time purchase. Maybe you're like, it's not worth opening another card, worrying about the hassle. I get that. You have to think about the math on that. How big's the purchase? Does it actually benefit yourself? The other thing that I am very good at doing, and it's something you just keep in the back of your mind, is every one of these credit cards will offer you something when you pay your first $5,000, $10,000, whatever. You know, a couple $1,000 will give you a welcome bonus for opening the credit card. Well, maybe you're about to pay your car insurance, and that comes in 6 months in increments. This is a great time to think about, should I open a different card? Should I get that welcome bonus? You know, Now, I'm not saying open 7 credit cards, but it's the easiest way to just sit there and pocket, a couple $100 a year for free. It's basically just a nice little kickback. You put your whatever on the credit card, and now you've got this nice little kickback. It's like we were on Royal Caribbean, and we got their credit card for it's like $1,000 or $2,000. I don't know. You put some money on the card, and they give you $300 back and 2% back on Royal Caribbean expenses. So it's like, okay, well, we just got $300 towards onboard credit for our next cruise. That's like it's like a little. Well, if I was going to spend the money anyways, why not take the $300 kind of winner over getting my normal 1.5% cash back? It just makes sense every single time for us to leverage those when those are available. So my conclusion on this whole thing is I love the Delta Amex Platinum. I love the Amex Blue. It leverages us getting the maximum dollars and miles back over and over again. And then when it comes to everything else, I leverage these two. The Freedom and the Capital One, I've had them forever. I use the Freedom for anytime I go to like Costco or something like that where they only take Visa, or let's say I'm overseas, I leverage the Chase Freedom. Because overseas, like Europe, they don't always take Amex. So you're kind of stuck in this system where you're like, well, they don't take Amex, so I gotta use this. So that's my lineup. I do have the Best Buy card as well, looking to dump it. I have the Royal Caribbean card, looking to dump it. Got a couple other, I think, just roaming around. But Polly, are you still there? Because I think you asked me a question about, is it worth getting your MBA? And then I think you also were wanting to talk about Discover maybe a little bit. Perfect. So I'll answer the first one. I definitely got my master's right away out of school, and the opportunities of a master's is it really helps you late game. It doesn't help you early game. So what I mean by that is right when you get out of school, people are hiring individuals that just get stuff done. They're not hiring people that are trying to rethink about how you might approach the current process and make it better. That's just not what they're hiring. That's not what they're looking for. And so now when you start getting to a managerial role or you get a little bit more of a SME position, they're going to be looking for people that can make their impact. And that's when your MBA helps a lot. You might hear a lot of people talk about get out of your 4-year, go work for a couple of years, and then go back in and get your MBA. What they're pretty much trying to tell you is go get some experience, dabble in some stuff, use that as your baseline for coming into your MBA, and then really grow in that industry through it. So now, is it worth the cost? That one is $1 million question. So getting your MBA at this type of interest rate, if the promotions and the bonuses are not following suit, you're doing it almost like on a limb, hoping that it's going to generate something. I would struggle to tell anyone today that you need your master's to climb the corporate ladder. Now, where could you see better benefits? Maybe you learn something that you become a TikTok expert, or, start your own business. Maybe but it's really tough. It's really tough with where the interest rates are today and how expensive getting your MBA is, that you're going to see the return anytime soon. But I also when I got mine, I got it from a smaller college, and it wasn't one that is going to break the bank. So, and the other thing is, with my program, I ended up getting my CPA. So it didn't really matter if I had the master's or not. Like, it helped me, definitely. But what mattered most was passing the license and getting those 3 letters behind my name. That mattered more than the master's. The master's was just great. You can do stuff at a higher level. That's awesome. So I can't speak on getting your MBA in other industries on what that actually helped them or didn't help them. But in finance and business and accounting, in the short term, having your MBA is not going to it's not going to change the dynamic. It'll help you later. I work in finance. Oh, you already threw that
You
through.
didn't even open the snap I sent you.
I just got this hype that if I don't do this, I'm not gonna do it. Is it?
You should look at it.
I should look at it. Should I put it on the stream? Did you find the deer? What? Okay.
My favorite filter all
Okay. That's interesting. Polly, what are you looking to do with your MBA? I'm going to ASMR eat this while we're together here, and then I'll probably call it quitsies. I'll try not to make this too noisy. I'm so pumped for this. Carly.
What?
I'm so pumped for this. I haven't had sockeye in a long time.
So is Snowball's gonna pump for it too.
Snow, you can't eat this. Informative video? Well, oh my gosh. Can you open? There, I got it.
Time and place, dude. Time and place.
He doesn't know what that means. My most informative video. So, fun fact, I actually started Frank Finance like 3 years ago. And I did it as a process to try to make myself better at speaking and understanding how I'm speaking. And, oh my God, Louie. Go that way. Tunk. Louie, come here.
Well, guess what? Now it's time to feed the chickens.
Did he find it?
Maybe.
No, Tonka, did he find it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Beauty?
And so I made a ton of different videos that are out there talking from experiences of doing bank bonuses and credit cards and buying your first home, refinancing your home, talking taxes, all that jazz. So that I have that stuff all out there if you're interested in finding that stuff. So I don't know that there's one that's more informative than another. But that's just my opinion. Well, so what industry are you looking at? Or like what are you trying to go into? These are much bigger than I thought for the corn cobs. I thought they were much littler. I was
I
just
made all 4 of them.
You did. Okay.
I want to make them later, that's why.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna eat the second one.
I put it in the microwave just so Louie won't lick it.
But yeah, Polly, whatever questions you got, shoot them up right now. Let me know. Like when you say financial advisor, you mean like wealth management? So like helping people retire and so forth? Is that what you mean by financial advisor? So you must be going to college right now for finance. Is that fair?
The big one's coming.
Is he? The beauty in going for wealth management or anything of those opportunities is people start in that industry, and I believe whether they get their Series 7, Series 9, I forget what it is, and some actually go for, what is it, CFA? Chartered Financial Analyst? CFA? And then there's the CFP. Are you looking to be the CFA or CFP? I spent a little bit of time in banking, and so there was a lot of people that were talking about getting their CFP as well as their CFA. And then everyone's like, maybe I'll just get my Series 7. But yeah, hey, Tunk, are you over there? Tonka. Right here. Down here. So you like talking about investing? I definitely like talking about investing. CFP. I love it. Well, I do have to step away. We've been live for like 47 minutes. I do appreciate you for being involved in the channel and engaging. So the next time I go live, I wish I was a little better than being sporadic. For some reason, the weekends are typically when I like to go live. But I think I'm going to drop it here. And what I'll try to do is continue making videos. This week is obviously credit cards. If you want to keep learning finance stuff, I'm not a niche in any type of sense. I just like talking about what's on my mind for finance. So hopefully I'll see you in the next live. Thanks for stopping in. And the best thing you can do is what you're doing right now is just keep trying to increase your tool chest by learning from everyone and anyone. And maybe I'll see you in the next live. So for all those that tuned in today, thanks for tuning in. I'll